Hello, it's Bianca. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Sunnies Face Dream Cream, a really exciting new launch from Sunnies Face. Sunnies Face started as a makeup brand and they're now expanding into skincare, and that's definitely an interesting space to watch. I've always loved how Sunnies formulated their products. They're always well thought of. They always addressed problems we didn't even know we had. So them going into skincare is a really exciting and a big deal for me. I love that they started with a moisturizer. I think it's a really good place to start. A lot of other brands or a lot of makeup brands that have been transitioning into skincare have started with moisturizers. Charlotte Tilbury with the Magic Cream. Fenty Skin launched with the Hydrovisor. Even Glossier, the priming moisturizer was actually one of their first products. So it's a really good place to start. I love that they made moisturizer for the tropical weather, and I hope it's really the case because a lot of Western or even J-beauty or K-beauty, they're all usually tailored towards people who live in colder climates, but it's really interesting to find a moisturizer that is really made for the Philippine climate. Alright, first impressions. I love the packaging. I think they made the right decision going with the craft style tone and tone printing. I think it stands out. I mean, in the market right now you have the typical Glossier millennial minimalist skincare, and then you have really cutesy Asian skincare, and then you have really luxury premium skincare, and this just fits in right in the middle of it. We're going to open it right now. Ooh, so cute. I love it. It's so cute, it's so simple. I'm really excited. I think it deserves a place on my top shelf. It has a little DBOSS logo. Here's the texture. I'm gonna use my little spatula to keep things clean, and I'm just gonna try it on the back of my hand. It's definitely a gel texture and it spreads really nicely. It feels very silky and it's also very light. It absorbs so quickly and my skin does not feel sticky at all. My fingers don't feel sticky at all. And my skin feels pretty hydrated. I was actually expecting it to look super dewy because that's what it looks like in their stories, in the founder stories, but it's not as wet, and that's actually a good thing for me. I wanted to look hydrated and moisturized, but I didn't want it to look like my skincare just didn't set, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna do one side and then we can compare the two sides and see. Just gonna smooth that in. Okay, I think I put a lot. That was quite the dollop, so it's not absorbing as quick as it did on my hand earlier. Okay, so here is the dewy look that I was expecting. I actually like it. It's a nice medium from what I expected and what I thought it would be. It just looks glowy and hydrated. It feels super silky. It doesn't feel sticky at all, or it doesn't feel like it didn't sink in, which usually happens with gel textures. I'm gonna do the other side. One small dollop can moisturize your entire face. I think I put like an entire face's worth of moisturizer here, and I just put a little here and it was just right, so you don't need a lot. I'd say that they got the level of dewiness just right. Like, it's not too dewy, but it doesn't look parched. It's right in the middle. Alright, first impressions aside, which are great by the way, I would just like to go a little bit deeper into the science of the moisturizer. I am very critical of skincare personally, especially if it's going on my face. I always check the ingredients, I always do a little background check, and I did a little bit of research before I bought the Sunnies Face Dream Cream, and I want to share that with you guys. First things first, I want to talk about my skin type so that you can use that as a basis. My skin leans towards dehydrated, which is why I lean towards getting skincare that would give my skin a boost of hydration. I also tend to get really dry, flaky skin. I suffer from eczema and psoriasis, so I do get flare-ups and I do need something that's extra gentle. And I also get a lot of closed comedones. Non-comedogenic is also a very important factor. Since I have dehydrated skin, I tend to look for moisturizers that have the trifecta. So it needs to have humectants, emollients, and occlusives. Humectants are hydrating ingredients most commonly found in hydrating serums. What they do is they essentially take moisture from the air and they pull it towards the epidermis, so the outermost layer of your skin. The second thing I look for would be emollients. Emollients actually fill in the little cracks in between our skin cells in our epidermis. So our skin has little tiny like crevices, and emollients fill that up. And they also lock in all the moisture that the humectants have gathered and put into your epidermis. The third thing I look for are occlusives. Occlusives are, I describe them sort of like a shield or like a protective barrier that goes on top of your skin and makes sure the moisture that you put on it doesn't evaporate or go out. When I looked into the ingredients of Dream Cream, I was really happy to find a lot of humectants and emollients. I'm so sorry if I pronounce these wrong. I'm just used to reading them, but I found 4 humectants in the Sunnies Face Dream Cream. It's glycerin, which is the first ingredient, which means there's a lot of it. There's also butylene glycol, anhydroxytol, and ethyl hexyglycerin. So there's 4 of those ingredients that are typically or usually not present in moisturizers but are present in serums. So when they said that this can replace your serum and your moisturizer, that's pretty true since you don't need to get your humectants from a serum or elsewhere. The next thing I was looking for were emollients, and emollients really make your skin feel and look healthy and smooth. It was really surprising because they actually had a long list of emollients. The first emollient that they have is dimethicone, and it has a bad rap. A lot of people don't like dimethicone because they think it would cause acne. The truth is, it can if you're using pure dimethicone, because it will sort of become like an occlusive and clog your pores. But in small amounts, it's not that bad at all. It's still air permeable, which means your skin can still breathe under it. And it's actually one of the best things to feel on your skin. It makes your moisturizer feel extremely silky and really nice. It also has a long list of other emollients, and I'm gonna read them to you. Glycerin 26, isononyl isononate, cytyl glucoside, polyglycerol 3 methyl glucose distearate, xylitol, which is exactly the sugarless sugar thing that you're thinking of in chewing gum, dimethiconol, capric triglyceride, and cholesterol, which is bad for your heart but really great for your skin, and ceramides. So this moisturizer has 3 ceramides, and ceramides are essentially proteins in your skin that make your skin look very young, youthful, and supple. So it actually fills in all the cracks in between your skin and helps you not get wrinkles. The thing is, ceramides decrease, or the production of it decreases as we get older, which is why we get wrinkles. And this Dream Cream attempts to put those ceramides back in. There's no conclusive data as to whether topical ceramides work, but they definitely wouldn't hurt. Alright, the third thing I'm looking for are occlusives. Unfortunately, the Dream Cream does not have any occlusives in there, and as someone with extra dry skin, it's something I need. But that's completely fine. I think it's a good moisturizer to put on as the first layer, and if your skin is extra dry, you might need to find another occlusive heavy moisturizer to put on top of it. I don't say this much because I don't want to get cancelled, but I put petroleum jelly on top of my skin to keep the moisture in, and it works like a charm. It's actually recommended by my dermatologist, and I'll make another video about it if you want to hear about it, and I'll link it up there. But for now, there's no occlusive in this Dream Cream, and that's totally fine. That just makes the Dream Cream a pretty universal moisturizer. Now that we've concluded that this contains a lot of moisturizing ingredients, I think it's worth spotlighting two other things that I've also found to exist inside the Sunnies Face Dream Cream. The first thing would be niacinamide. Niacinamide is this superstar ingredient that is known to do a lot of things. It's anti-acne, it's melanin inhibiting, which means it helps lighten dark spots. It's also anti-aging and it can help with UV damage. So it's just a really nice thing to have in a moisturizer. It's a really good skincare ingredient. It's a do-it-all skincare ingredient. I'm not sure what the concentration of niacinamide is. Usually if they don't mention it, it's usually a small amount, but anything that could contribute to anti-aging is a yes in my books. Another ingredient is a peptide. It's called palmitoyl tripeptide 5. And this peptide actually makes your skin appear firmer. Again, there's no concentration, so we don't know how much of an effect we could expect, but it's always just a plus to have it in there. It also promised us antioxidants, and antioxidants it delivers. They have 5. There's tocopherol, which is great for pollution defense. There's kiwi extract, raspberry extract. There's also sage extract and root extract. And those have vitamin C and vitamin E benefits that really just make your skin glow. All of the other ingredients are really just like texture ingredients or preservatives, which are important in skincare. And I'm just gonna list them here on the screen so that you could take a look and know that they're preservatives or texture enhancers and not be worried about them, because they do sound intimidating and scary when you're reading an ingredients list. I have nothing bad to say about the Dream Cream ingredients except for one ingredient, which was a bit of a red flag before I purchased the Dream Cream. But it was pretty low on the list, so I wasn't super concerned about it. I still took a chance on the Dream Cream, and that is rose extract. So rose extract is actually a fragrance. So it isn't completely fragrance free. It might be unscented, like you might not be able to smell anything or smell any strong rose scents from the Dream Cream, but for those who are quite sensitive to fragrance and develop reactions to it, I would be a bit wary of the Dream Cream. Personally, I'm quite sensitive to anything that has rose, like everything rose I really just stay away from, but I really took a chance and I'm going to be using this straight for a week, and I'm gonna report back to you and see if there are any negative reactions on my skin. As a conclusion, I love it. I think it's a really beautiful moisturizer and it gives you a beautiful glow. It's fast absorbing, it's not sticky, it's not oily, and I really appreciate that it's free of a lot of things like parabens or alcohol, and that it's vegan and gluten-free. I'm not so concerned about those. I don't really worry about those too much, but I know that there are a lot of people who think about that and worry about that. What I love the most is that it's cruelty-free. It's really hard to find cruelty-free skincare that's really great and effective. All in all, 10 out of 10. I would encourage you to try it. If you already have, let me know in the comments below and let's talk about it. I want to know what you think about it as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. I have a lot of other makeup and skincare videos for you guys lined up, and I will be reviewing a lot of new launches as well. So if those are things that you enjoy, please do subscribe so that we could see each other again. Thanks so much for watching, and bye!